But yeah, I don't respect no snake. I don't respect no weirdo. I don't respect no goofy. Like all that snake backdoor. I'm robbing just from niggas with my homie. Then I stake my homie out for a bigger cut. Or I don't. Nah, you get zero respect in the streets for that one.
Was on the east side of Chicago, starting in 2007 and still going on today. This East Side gang is
And
allegedly
they got
responsible
bodies.
for over 50 murders throughout
Yeah,
Chicago, but
I can
they had
believe it.
lost many of their members too. With back and forth unsolved murders, this is truly a crazy Chicago gang story. In
Yeah.
LMB are two sets that clicked up. No Limit, short for NL, are Renegade Black P Stones, while Muskegon Boys, MB, are Renegade GDs. These guys clicked up back in the 2000s to have some
Yep.
stronger manpower after some problems kicked off on the block. And LMB is short for No Limit Muskegon Boys, and also Never Leave My Brothers. Their territory is mainly around 78th and 79th in Essex.
He
They're
know his
allied
thing.
with Front Street, Old Block, 600, and Money Mafia. Their
Now-
opposite side, Gyro City.
Now I want y'all to peek. It just said all the BDs, right? There are no BDs on the east side. I want to let y'all make that very clear right now. All the BDs is on the south side. On the east side, I don't even really know what's going on the east side, okay? So on the east and the west side and the north side, it's completely different shit going on, okay? On the south side, I can tell you what's going on. On the east side, look, keep your head down. Don't go to Baba's. Don't go to no Sharks. Yes, the food is going to be overly busting if you go there. But if you go there, it's a 99.9% chance either you going to see some stupid shit or you're going to be involved in some dumb shit. It's guaranteed. You just risking it. You're not even gonna be comfortable in it though.
Black Mob, Pocket Town, EBC, MTG, 079, Death Row, and No Limit 0803.
And all they ops on the east side with them.
The beef all started back in 2007 when a guy of the name of Leon Henry got shot at the gas station, aka Chico, which was a well-loved NLMB member. Plus, G Herbos shouts him out in a lot of his songs. At around 4 a.m. on December 5th, 2007, a witness says he was driving eastbound on 79th Street near Crandon Avenue when he observed an argument between some men and women in front of a cashier's booth at a gas station. He then drove around the block to see if they were okay, but because they were arguing when he came back around, he then decided to circle the block again. But when Hirsch came back to turn in Creighton Avenue, he saw two women and a man walk north side on a sidewalk about a half a block away from him. Meanwhile, the car behind him, which was a black SUV Kia, pulled up on his bumper and flashing his lights. He then pulled over to let the black SUV Kia pass. Then, suddenly, the car stopped about 4 car lengths ahead of him. Right in the middle of the street, a passenger jumped out and ran behind the back of the car toward the 3 individuals on the sidewalk. He raised his arm and started shooting in their direction.
That's how it go down.
Ran north screaming into a yard, and Leon Henry, aka Chico, ran back toward 79th Street. The driver then jumped out and began chasing and shooting Leon. The two shooters then chased Leon towards 79th Street into a lot next to the building behind the gas station, at which the witness lost sight of Leon and where he would lose his life at. The guy that allegedly killed Leon Hurst, aka Chico, was a guy named Dre from No Limit 803 and is now serving 52 years for the murder of Chico. With the
52 years, shorty. 52 years, 5-2. For smoking. And you know how crazy you gotta be to chase your op down? Like, don't get me wrong. They all rap about it in these songs and ha ha he he, whatever. But to like really chase somebody down, that's what that guy that died out of Houston, RP to folks, I forgot his name. He was really good at gambling. I seen that. They chased him down. Like, man, that's different. That's different. You deserve every one of them years on Fun on Greg.
The murder of Chico sparked off
2 blocks to an alley?
of Chicago and left NLMB no choice but to get back for their brother. But one of the first people that NLMB allegedly killed was from Lakeside, and NLMB beefed hard with Lakeside over territory on the east side. So around June 18th, 2008, at about 7:45 p.m., Larry Pickles, aka Nutty from Lakeside, was shot while sitting on a porch at 7815 South Marquette Avenue. He was later pronounced dead, and allegedly the gang that did this was NLMB. But all of this killing would catch up to NLMB. because this next person was one of the most respected people in NLMB, and plus he was known to put in a lot of work. Devious Johnson, aka Vito from NLMB, had allegedly just shot at one of his ops while he was with his family, and this was a big gang law in Chicago which not to do, which currently gangs in Chicago don't really follow rules of today. But on April 27th, 2009, a guy by the name of Trinity Walton, aka Boo from the Black Mob set, allegedly pulled up on Devious Johnson at about 1:20 a.m. while he was standing on the sidewalk and shot him right in the chest on the 7500 block of South Essex, which was right around NLMB's territory. Devious Johnson, aka Vito, was pronounced dead at 2:18 a.m.
And there ain't nowhere to go over there.
Plus, Black Mob member Boo is currently serving 60 years for the murder of Vito. Black Mob and No Limit were linked and friendly for a long time, just like all the Stones around there. That allegedly changed after a personal dispute between Vito and a guy from Maniac said. The dispute happened when Vito was trapping in the Black Mob's territory without paying any tax or showing the proper respect. Allegedly, Vito got violated for it and was convinced by Herbos, a guy from around the way, he needed to go shoot the dude for it. But the mistake that Vito made is that he shot at the dude while he was with his family. Luckily, no one got killed in the shooting, and allegedly, the Black Mob dudes wasn't having that on the block, so they shot him in the chest. This murder was...
Now, I can't say too much because I'm from the city for real. But when you be hearing about certain situations, it's hard to like the lines of who's really started this shit and who's wrong is blurred. Because you can say Vito was on that. Because okay, you trapping in my hood, whoop whoop whoop. Nah, you ain't paying no tax, we finna violate you. You can say Vito was in the wrong, right? But you can also say Vito was in the right because you don't know how many times them Black Mob niggas was trying to trap on their block. And they let him pass. And they didn't tax him. They didn't do nothing. Like, you feel me? That should be happening a lot. Not saying that this happened. I don't know what happened. But that should be happening a lot, bro. Niggas be trapping on like, you know what I mean? On a quote unquote homies block. They think it's cool. It's not cool. They get their ass, you know what I'm saying? That's what happened to Lil Jeff. Lil Jeff got his watch took. And rest is history.
Strike a heated beef between NLMB and Black Mob over the years, and would be another gang that NLMB would have to watch out on the east side for. But about 3 months later, NLMB would lose another member. July 2nd, 2009, police responded to a call of shots fired around 10 p.m. near 79th Street and Yates Avenue. The victim was identified as James Robinson, aka Chico, from NLMB. But only about 3 months later, NLMB would get back for Chico because allegedly they would catch another Lakeside member on October 15th, 2009. A 23-year-old man was found shot on a southeast side street in the early mornings. Dante Williams, aka Dickhead from Lakeside, was found in the 8100 block of Manistee Avenue at about 3:20 a.m. He was pronounced dead at 4:47 a.m. This next loss was another big loss for NLMB. Officers responded at about 9:35 p.m. to a call of a person shot in the 2900 block of East 79th Street. And when they arrived,
the same few blocks.
Faison Robinson, aka G Fazo from NLMB, he was found on the 2900 block of East 79th Street. And this is the guy that G Herbos shouts out in a lot of his songs. He even named the Nike Air Force Ones that he wears all the time after G Fazo. But as things started to die down throughout the second half of 2010, on June 3rd, 2011, NLMB will lose another member. Rondo Cummins, aka Boss Blitz, was shot at around 2:09 a.m. on the 16th.
Now, one thing I will say, No Limit definitely is known for getting bodies. Like, if you anywhere near the city, you know, around that time, you know, they was catching niggas. Like, if you was on that FNL, you was on saying you was on that FNLMB shit. Nigga, kapoof, bye, magic. You know what I'm saying? But they did catch a lot of losses too. Like, it was at war. But it's no good on either side. So don't think coming here thinking like, oh yeah, they getting hit up or they getting hit up. Nobody wins. A lot of people died, bro. A lot of people that could have did a lot of other things in their life, bro. A lot of people.
800 block of South Crandon Avenue. Witnesses told police they heard an argument and saw a silver car flee northbound from the area at the time of the shooting. Rondo Cummins, aka Boss Bliss, was dead at the scene.
Man, you already know what's going on
2011, and NLMB would get back for Vito because they would catch a Black Mob member on June 5th, 2011. Hakeem Graham, 20 years of age, was shot multiple times in the 2400 block of East 75th Street. He was pronounced dead at 11:20 a.m. and he was a well-loved black mob member. Around this time, things was getting super hot and beef was getting real. And LMB was nearly beefing with the whole East Side and was getting in different shootouts every other day.
This
But
is
on
facts.
February 19th,
This is
2012,
facts.
LMB would take a big loss because they would lose 2 people in the same day. Plus, Lil Herb was right there, and allegedly, he was even shot in his foot. 7 people were injured in a shooting near a liquor store in a 2500 block of East 79th Street.
Yeah.
It was on a cold Sunday night. Jamal
Look at
Harris,
all that shit is boarded up, gang. I want y'all to pay
2500
attention.
block of
All
East
that shit is
79th Street.
boarded
It was
up.
on a cold
There's nothing here. Yeah, these stores were probably open during the time this was going on, but like, bro, this how bad that shit got. There is nothing open on 79th. If you go down 79th, there's not going to be anything open. It's going to be hot as hell police. And you probably going to have to get problems if you go out and get it. You know what I'm saying? Go to any store. I've been to like one store over here. It was like a beauty supply. Came in there with the guys, got a goddamn do-rag or something, and left.
Sunday night. Jamal Harris, aka
Oh no,
NLB
great.
Rock,
Left.
19 years of age, and Gregory Glincy, aka NLB Alamo, were both shot in the chest. Harris, aka Rock, was found inside the store. Glincy, aka Alamo, was found outside the store. Police say Glincy was an innocent victim. He had just celebrated his mother's 80th birthday that Saturday, and he left behind 4 children and 7 grandchildren. The other
that's
5
the victim
victims
for
made it
real.
out alive, including G Herbo. After these murders, NLMB was on high alert and didn't take any more losses until October 29th, 2012. Carlos Alexander, aka NLMB Big Los, was walking outside of his home at about 1:30 a.m. when he was approached by 2 unknown offenders, who then opened fire on him before fleeing the scene on foot. This was a big loss for NLMB, and he was one of the OGs too. But this next event would bring even more tension between NLMB and Lakeside, because NLMB Cairo would get caught lacking in a McDonald's by a couple KTS members.
Yeah, this the
because of KTS Dre, KTS Vaughn, Pasto, and Don Don went into McDonald's in Tarrytown and caught NLMB Cairo and Kobe lacking. In the video, KTS Dre tells Cairo to say F Rock, who just died less than a year before this event. Then KTS Dre went to punch Cairo in the face.
Man, y'all don't know about Chicago history, shorty. Y'all don't know about Chicago history. Y'all don't know about watching that video as a shorty and seeing what happened to Cairo and just respecting it, but it really lets you know that it was going on, though. This shit is going on. Like, you the in or you out. This is Chicago history right here. Everybody remember this on Phono Grave. There's a few things everybody in Chicago remember. I feel like everybody in Chicago remember Hadia dying at King. Because I feel like when Hadia died at King, that's when like it was going down, short. That was like 2012, 2011. That's when shit started cracking for real. So like people were just getting hit in crossfires. Everybody remember this video. Everybody know where they was at when Love Sosa dropped on Phono Grave.
After leaving the McDonald's, shots rang.
And possibly Macaroni Time. Because niggas don't know, at the time, everybody was rocking on Macaroni Time before, like.
And allegedly one of the KTS members got hit, but no one was killed from this event, except for when they would catch a Lakeside member less than a month after this video. November 10th, 2012, just before 1 p.m., Anthony Begsby, aka Bud, was found shot in the South Shore neighborhood, right in the 7400 block of South Shore Drive. He was a Lakeside member. It was close to KTS. He was even in one of their videos on YouTube.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's a lot of bodies, bro. It's like I'm with watching. It's fucked up. Like, I'm trying to laugh, stop from getting sad, but it's like, man, this shit bring back war memories, nigga. Folks in the comments, my bad, Fiji, on the grave. You've been through the same thing because you grew up in the city, bro. We know a lot of people that died, bro. R.P. Richard, bro. R.P. Kevin, bro. God damn. Like, we know a lot of people that crazy. People get getting caught just like this. He bring like more than 15 people. I'm not even halfway through that's why I'm like, damn, I'm finna skip to the end for y'all though. Cause I already like, man, if you want, we already know about it. Like, we did so much homework. We, you know what I'm saying, do your homework on the reactions I already did to everybody he named already. Each person he named like deserves his own separate video for how crazy this shit. Now I'm finna get into the new shit, like who died recently. We get into capping, like, cause look, when the last niggas died, that started a lot of shit. but it was kind of like it's I don't know how to explain it. It's like everybody got that era. Somebody died and that shook them. Like O Block had OD. Before goddamn OD was the Wick. So and then in the O Block, but then it was cool. Then Vine died. So now they're not gonna rename O Block Vine Block enough. But I'm just saying like that was their moment. Like damn, he died. Then T Roy and OD died. Damn. It's more, it's kind of like that.
Killer
Try
would catch
to.
up to NLMB again, and they would lose a high-ranking member. And this was only 11 days after Bio died, July 11th, 2015, at about 1:45 p.m. in the 7700 block of South Kingston. Marvin Kerr, aka NLMB Capo, and he was from Glow Gang too, was standing outside when a car drove up and shot multiple shots, hitting him in the back and the hip. He was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead.
That's
the guy
crazy.
that was allegedly on the hit was MTG Red Dot, and to get away from hitting Capo to hit a 1-year-old child that died in the stroller. His mother was waiting for the bus on 63rd and Ellis. This murder of NLMB Capo would hit NLMB real hard because Capo was a well-respected member. He was also even a part of GBE too. These next 3 murders I'm gonna go through pretty quick because after these 3 murders, NLMB would take out a high-ranking black mob member. Ern Richardson, aka NLMB Lil Ern, was shot and killed on September 6, 2015. He collapsed into the arms of a friend's mother shortly after being shot, only 15 years of age. Then it was Trayvon Smith, July 17, 2016. Trayvon Smith, aka Lil Gage from NLMB, had got shot in the head and was only 15 at the age of his death. He was pronounced dead on the scene. Then, on September 4th, 2016, Jamel Rollins, aka NLMB Lil Savage, was shot at only the age of 17. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. But then, it was July 10th, 2017. NLMB knew they had to take out this guy. He was allegedly responsible for the murder of Simo, Pistol P, and Richie Rich.
Pistol P, oh man.
In the 8100 block of South Paulin, Cedron Doles, aka Shooter Shells from the Black Mob set, was approaching his car when 3 men with guns got out of a white vehicle and fired multiple shots, striking Shooter Shells multiple times. He was pronounced dead at the scene at 9:40 a.m. Taking this guy out was a big relief for NLMB. They knew that this guy was a high-ranking member, and he was probably the one doing the most hits for Black Mob. After Shooter Shells died, NLMB would take loss after loss over the years, with one of the most notable being Big Wet 'em Up. He was the father of Morris Hers, aka No Limit Wet 'em Up. On March 30th, 2017, Jerry Jacobs was walking on the sidewalk at about 11:13 p.m. in the 7900 block of South Phillips when 4 males got out of a dark colored car. He had a gunshot wound to the right side of his body, and he took himself to the hospital, but unfortunately he died at about 3:40 p.m. But then his son Morris Hurst got locked up for a quadruple homicide that happened the next day. But with him going to court, he beat all the charges. NLMB lost a lot more members throughout the years, but we're gonna fast forward to September 3rd, 2018. Christopher Jackson, aka Mad Max from NLMB,
Mad Max doing a lot of bodies.
7600 block of South Kingston when he was shot multiple times. Mad Max was allegedly responsible for over 10 murders, so this was truly a big hit for the ops. Plus, they would get Terrence Brooke, G Red, on the 25th of that month too. He was also a well-loved NLMB member, but on July 2020, a KTS member would lose his life moments after leaving a jail. He was shot over 64 times, and allegedly NLMB was involved in this murder too, even though there was many more members that lost their life in NLMB.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, when they killed, man, look, when that shook Chicago too, I forgot that, when Shooter Shells got shot that many times coming out Cook County, coming out the county jail, and I had never heard about nobody getting locked up for that. Ever. The Street Smarter talked about it and did what they did, but I have never heard nobody getting locked up for the 68, bro. They shot that nigga up. Outside the county jail as soon as he got released. And got away. The county jails on the west side. They going all the way back to the east side.